Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now today, this is just a little bit of an update on the oak trees that we've been growing from seed. And also I'm going to be repotting these three that we got from Berlin today. And I'll show you a little bit about all the different ones we've got here. Now, when we repotted these, we did little videos at the time. This one here is oak trees, oak seeds that we grew from oaks from where I used to live in England, in a place called Shirley, near Birmingham. And these have all germinated, did really well. And these are the ones here were young, were oaks that had started to germinate, that were gifted to us by our wonderful friend Shane Walsh, who lives in Killarney. So thank you, Shane. And Shane, by the way, has an amazing channel with some cacti and succulents that are absolutely out of this world in his beautiful greenhouse. So links up above to Shane's channel. Do go over and subscribe to him. He has some beautiful cacti and succulents, and as anyone who knows living here in Ireland, it's a challenge growing cacti and succulents at the best of times, but he does an amazing job and absolutely wonderful. And he very kindly gifted us germinated oaks that we have planted here. These are from Killarney, the Killarney National Park, so it's wonderful, and they're doing very, very well, as you can see here. And then we also have the three oaks that we got from Berlin. Now, me and Hansi went to Berlin earlier this year. It was sort of late March, and when we went to visited the Botanic Gardens, which was absolutely incredible, there was a load of oaks that have fallen down from the oak trees that were all growing nearby. We got these seeds actually directly outside the Botanic Gardens in Berlin, where the oak tree had dropped its oaks, and they were starting to germinate. People were walking all over the oaks. So we saved them and we brought them home and we potted them up. And links up above to the video we made when we actually sowed these oak seeds. As you can see, they've already germinated in that video. And this is what they look like now. And the difference between oak trees, and I'll just show you the whole difference between all of them. These ones are the ones from Killarney. By the way, guys, if you want to know why it's got little white little spots on, it's actually a bit of a fungus. I've just treated it with neem. It's completely sort of harmless as such. It's isolated more so to the oak, these oaks here. And the new growth will recover, but I've treated it with neem oil, so that should help. A bit of a fungicide, but it shouldn't hurt the oaks as such. They're growing here outdoors, and the weather's been very, very humid and wet here in the autumn now. It's been high temperatures, and the very high humidity has not really helped with fungal attacks, but it's not going to kill them. It's not life-threatening, it's more aesthetic. So I've treated them, and I've treated all the other ones as well with neem. And if you want to know, by the way, how to use neem oil to prevent fungal and treat fungal attacks and pests and diseases, and that on your plants, including even outdoor plants like this, do go and check out a video I've made on how to use neem oil. And in the video I actually show you using it on cacti and succulents in the polytunnel, but you can use it on any type of plants, indoors and outdoors, in exactly the same measurements. So this is just a bit of an update on the oaks. And as I say, today I'm going to be repotting these beauties here. And the reason, look at the leaves, are so different to the normal traditional type of oaks. So this is really interesting. And the leaves are beautifully red. Now, we're not quite sure whether they're going to drop the leaves. It's sort of normal for oak trees to go yellow and drop the leaves, and even a bit red like this. But I'm not quite sure, because they're still young seedlings. This is their first year of growth, whether they're going to keep the leaves or drop them, but only time will tell. So I just wanted to show you how different they look to the very traditional. This is the English oak, very traditional looking, with its sort of little rounded edging on it, and these are very, very different indeed. So I'm very interested. Beautiful deep red colour, and as you can see, they are very, the other ones are all okay. They're going to be in the same pot probably until next spring. They're not over potted. None of the roots are coming through the bottom, as you can see, but with these are very desperate to be repotted. So we're going to be potting these on today. So that's the update, and now I'm going to show you a video of me repotting these onto the next size pot. Now, what I've done, I've got the next size pots up. As you can see, quite large pots, because oaks are very sort of, they're quick growers. And what I've used for the soil mix, I've used about 1/4 peat, pure peat, and 3/4 of a loam based soil. And the loam-based soil I'm using is a John Innes number 2. But any type of loam-based soil, you could also use like a houseplant soil or any type of gardening horticultural soil, because they're outdoor plants, so they're going to need a rich soil. But I've used quarter peat with 3/4 John Innes loam. So loam and peat, I'm going to mix all this together now. I'm not using any perlite or any grit or any sand, because they don't need a lot of drainage like cacti and succulents would, like the normal plants I use. This is purely outdoors. They're going to need a lot of moisture and kept wet practically all the time, and then they're going to be kept outdoors once I've potted them up in our backyard here. But that's the mix. I'm going to mix all this up together now, mix the peat and the loam together, and then I'm going to get potting up. And I'm going to be, obviously I've mixed the soil really well, and we put in a little bit in the bottom of each. This is going to be very easy to do. And I love repotting, I have to say. It's just so therapeutic. And there you go, you'll make sure there's a good few inches at the bottom of each. And I try and keep this video as short as possible because I tend to waffle on in all the videos. Now then, easy enough, just squeeze in the little pot. There's the original acorn, the oak, which has come away. That's the empty shell. And that's the seed that where this wonderful baby has come from. And look at that, it's just cracked completely open there. And it's just grown, so loosening up there. Taking that out. Wow. That's wonderful, it has a lovely sort of root system on it. So check all the roots are all okay. And that looks really good there. So I'm going to gently place that in there. And then putting all the soil all around it. How gorgeous. Oh, it is wonderful. As I say, I've mixed soil of loam and peat together. Now these can be watered straight away. I'm going to put these back in the yard and then water them straight away. Gently pressing down the sides to make sure all the soil is around. Gently tapping it around as well, so the soil goes all around the edges. But gorgeous. So it's so needed to be repotted. Look at that guys. And normally when I'm repotting plants, especially with the cacti and succulents that I usually share on this channel, I'd recommend only going at one size bigger. But in this case, because oaks are very they're hungry big plants that grow very fast, no harm here to for these to be potted up in a larger pot. They should get through the winter very well there. So that's the first one done. Now the second one, as I say, I put the soil in the bottom there, and I'm going to be loosening up there. I shall stick the little label in there. Oaks from Berlin. Extra special that they were growing on, well, the oaks, we found the seed, the acorns, from outside the Botanic Gardens, and they had already germinated. People were treading on them, so we saved them. Otherwise they would have been squashed with all the other ones that were there. There you go, in there. And then putting all the soil all around, giving these a good water then, and putting them back out into our yard. Now obviously they're still young oaks and they're very cold hardy, obviously, but because they are still young, if we do have any severe weather this winter, I just hope we don't get a winter like last year. It was terrible, bitterly cold, then I think I might just bring them in on the yard very cold night, just into indoors. But other than that, they should be pretty much okay. They're outdoor plants anyway, they'll be growing naturally outdoors. Bear in mind, these are from Germany, which would have colder winters than us here in Ireland. So there you go. Now that's Oak Berlin. That's the next one, and then the last one. Squeezing out the pot like that. And as I say, as long as the roots look pretty good, which they do, no problems there. Just take any out. There you go, like that. Moving the old soil. Haha, so wonderful. As I say, I'm more familiar with repotting house plants and cacti and succulents than I am with outdoor plants, but I'm learning more. I'm studying horticulture at college at the moment. It's a 2-year course, and I'm doing the Royal Horticultural Society certificate level 2, which is very exciting. So hopefully I'll share a lot of what I learn on here on this channel also with you all. Now and then gently pressing down And that's that. That's them potted up. They're going to be going back into yard again for the winter, and hopefully they'll get through their first winter with flying colours. They're certainly a lovely colour at the moment anyway. So there you go, guys. I'm just going to go and turn the video around so I can see you all. So excuse me a second. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and all of your support and your amazing comments. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of a different video today with potting up the oaks and a bit of an oak update on all our other oaks that we've been growing from seed. So guys, I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle, and until the next video, bye.